Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going? This is the earliest I think I've ever done any type of live stream ever. 10 a.m. At least over here in on the East Coast. Anyone, Ben, you're over there in like the West Coast. What is it like 7, 6? Well, that's early. Holy crap! Go figure goes here. You guys, thank you so much for tuning. I honestly was not expecting like anybody to to show up this early. So thank you so much for being here. The only reason I'm doing it so early is because busy weekend, you know what I mean? And sometimes early morning's great. And also like I feel like there's plenty of times where I'm doing a live stream and somewhere someone far away is like, well, I'm sleeping. So what the heck am I, supposed to do? Because well, here we go. This is the solution to that. But yes, VC Productions has new reveals. Yeah, there's actually a somewhat decent amount of kind of cool toy news that has spurred up in the last couple days. Um, So which is surprising. I was not expecting this much cool stuff to come up. Hey, Gashes, what's going on? Lord Bayar. Random streams go crazy. Cool. I mean, heck yeah. All right, yeah, it's Friday too, and school has begun. So everybody's in school. It's crazy. Well, have a great day at school. Oh, hi to Ben's mom. Thanks for saying hi. Well, so this is technically a podcast. So if you're ever, like, man, I wish I could just listen to this without having to pull up a stinking YouTube video. I don't have premium. Well, this is also on Spotify and Apple, all that stuff. And on Spotify, this podcast, I have 59 followers. All right. So all those 59 people, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so it is available Apple and Spotify. And also, I always forget to say this on a live stream, but if you're watching now or later on, if you would like the video, that would be like incredibly helpful. And if you've already liked it, then you're awesome. That's amazing. So VC, yeah, you're going straight hard into the main topic, but you've got some dinosaurs that have been revealed recently. I think they were revealed already at San Diego Comic-Con, but now they're like officially out there by Mattel. So that's pretty cool. So we're definitely gonna talk about that. But I got some other toy news. There's like a handful of kind of cool things to talk about. And the first thing, actually, you know what? I'm gonna not start off with that yet. I'm gonna start off with some smaller things. So sharing my screen. But the first thing to talk about is the Ross exclusive McFarlane figure. So I don't have any Ross near me, but a few times where I've done some road trips, Ross would show up and I would do some toy hunting in Ross, and I've found nothing. But apparently, these are out there now. So this is an exclusive Superman. Well, I don't know. The figure is not exclusive, but the packaging is. But you have to be over 12 years old. That's pretty old. And I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's $12.99. That's a pretty good price for a figure like of this kind of normal caliber. $13. All right. Hey Stubbs, what's up, dude? Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. But if I had Ross near me, I would probably go and do it. This is from In Pursuit of Toys. They found them in Chandler, Arizona. So there we go. That's kind of cool. If you have a Ross near you, go ahead and check him out. So also, this is one advantage of doing this live stream early in the morning, because soon at 12 o'clock p.m., the Jada Toys Frosty the Snowman figure will go up on pre-order. How freaking cool! Jada Toys is just putting out the coolest, most random stuff, man. And including this Frosty the Snowman. And he looks pretty good. I mean, if you look at him, he's just a big, round, white ball. There's not a whole lot of detail in this guy, but he looks pretty legit. And he comes with the little rabbit guy in the hat. Corn cob pipe, button nose. Is that really a button nose, though? And two eyes made out of coal. and you pull them out of the package, and you can say "Happy birthday." So if you want to pre-order this guy, I don't know if he's gonna go and sell out. He might, but if you want to pre-order him, it's he'll be up in a couple hours, 2 hours from now. He'll be up, so that's pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna get him. I'm probably gonna pick him up on Entertainment Earth. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty sweet. I'm actually legitimately excited about that. All right, I'm gonna go with the next thing. So the next thing is Blokees. So how many times at this point have I said Blokees is taking over? How many times? I've said it enough, a lot of times, because I think they really are taking over. Look at this. Blokees has revealed officially their Star Wars stuff. And these look pretty good. So the stormtroopers, this is obvious. These are a bunch of troopers. Great. But these might look the best of all of them. There's more I'm going to pull up. Yes. Runaway Brick says that's in Thailand, right? Yes. This is at some Thailand festival convention. I think some of the other posts I have say it, but this is called the Champion Class. Is the name of this style of model kit. They don't want you to call them action figures because they're not. Nilla Gorilla, good morning to you as well. They're not. I mean, they are, but model kits are what they are. So we've got some troopers here. And we've got Darth Vader here too. Just a quick look at the Blackie Star Wars Part 2. Champion class Darth Vader. He looks pretty good too. So I think the Champion class seems to be the most like action figure-y looking things. And I'm going to be doing a lot of Blackies videos in the near future. I think starting next week will be the first one. So that's pretty, I don't know. It's pretty exciting. The Star Wars action figure market is pretty saturated. I mean, for the most part, but these are different. Obviously, they're model kits. They're probably going to be, I guarantee they're going to be at a much lower price point than like a Black Series would be. So Runaway Brick says, wait, I just realized that if they got permission from Star Wars to make stuff, then they could make Starfighter model kits. Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe, but I don't know. Is Blockies really in the market of making more vehicle kind of stuff? Right? Is that I don't know. I feel like they're not really. They're more interested in doing figure kind of model kits. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe they're gonna go for it. So they've got Darth Vader and they've got Stormtroopers. So that's cool. And they've got more. They've got more. So these right here are the Mandalorian ones. Mando. So Neil's review. That's a great thing to bring up. Neil says the Bandai 112 model kits are worth a go. Yeah, you know what they are. They are, and they're pretty cool, and especially if you want to like customize them, because they're pretty easy to put together. I think these are going to be at a different level. I think these are going to be quick builds. You know, they're not going to be like the Gunpla style model kits like those Bandai ones are. I think these are going to be quick and easy, fun little pop them together, kind of like the Transformers ones. What scale are these, VC? I don't know. I think they're going to be. I think it's okay. Well, these ones right here. This is Hero. This is Hero. So this is the way to Central World. For the first time ever, Blockies will join Disney Expo and bring Star Wars to life with Star Wars The Mandalorian GV01. Landing in limited quantities. This debut release lets you meet Din Djarin, Grogu, IG-11, Boba Fett, the Armorer, Ahsoka Tano, Moff Gideon, Stormtroopers, and an Incinerator Trooper, and an epic bounty no fan should miss. Plus, get ready for an exclusive preview of Star Wars EPV, The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I wonder if they're good. So this is at Disney Expo Thailand. I wonder if they're going to be at New York Comic-Con. That would be cool. They were at New York Toy Fair, so they've been over to the Big Apple before. So let's take a look at what these figs look like. Here they are. Okay, so yeah, these Mandalorian ones are not part of the Champion series because they're a little bit more chibi and goofy looking. Well, okay, maybe not goofy, but not like the typical 1/12 scale kind of thing. There we go. So John Wolf says, "What's the catch? Hasbro won't like the competition." Well, I mean, that's true. Hasbro will not like the competition. So hopefully that will, help, I don't know, either increase quality or make prices better. But the thing with these is that they're not action figures; they're model kits. So that's the way they can. This is the way they can. I don't know, avoid the licensing exclusivity kinds of stuff. Um, so that's pretty cool. And if you look at these figures down here, they're a little bit, smaller, more chibi looking than the ones up here. I think these might be called hero ones, and the Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers are like the Champion series. So yeah, Champion, that's a cool thing. I want that in my room. I want to hang that up in my house. Those posters, those are cool, right? Nothing really close up for the Mando stuff though. But I think Hero series is what they're. No, Galaxy version. Sorry, they're Galaxy version. So they are different. So that's pretty exciting. Go figure, go. As long as they make Jar Jar Binks, dude, I'm right there with you. Give me it. Give me it. I so agree. But Blokees isn't. They're more than that's not all that they're revealing. That's not all that they're revealing. Everybody. So this right here, this is from Wayne Collectibles. This is more of the Marvel Rivals prototypes. So we've seen the Venom and the Spider-Man before, which look really good. They look like legitimate action figures. They don't look like chibi little model kits. I don't know what this guy in the middle is. Can anybody tell me, is this like a Iron Spider kind of thing? Like what is that? Can somebody tell me? He's a Marvel rival thing. But we're also getting a man. This doesn't look like a model kit. This just looks like an action figure. I'm not even. I don't even know what. But we've got Rocket Raccoon. SBDR. Anybody tell me? It's Penny Parker. Long B said it's Penny Parker. Okay, cool. All right, I definitely would not have guessed that. Well, this is it right here. That looks pretty cool. Looks like a pretty cool figure. And then we've got her too, which I don't know who that is. Is this? This isn't Penny Parker, is it? That's Spider, aka the little anime girl and robot from Spider-Verse. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's Penny Parker. The other one is Spider with the slash. Okay, cool. Well, this doesn't even have articulation yet. This is very much an early prototype of Penny Parker. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Like this is exciting. I think this is so cool. The Spider-Man and the Venom look really good, and sure as heck that I'm picking them up. So that's honestly quite exciting. Blokees, and there's more. But wait, there's more Blokees. If we look at this right here, Blokees has got a Deadpool. Check out the incredible Marvel prototype figure showcased by Blokees at the latest event from the iconic champion class Deadpool and Wolverine. So this is champion, similar to the Stormtroopers. We've got Deadpool. Looks good. He comes with alternate faces and hands and a knife and swords and Wolverine. I'm not gonna lie, the Wolverine looks cool. I appreciate how huge his arms and shoulders are. It's very cartoonish, but it's kind of cool. So, and then here's more of the Rocket and Penny Parker stuff like that. Like I'm telling you, Blokees is taking over. Yeah, they're gonna get real popular now. So I don't know if all of these figures are gonna be mass released here to the US. Kind of like the Pokemon that Blokees has been putting out. They don't have that direct thing to the US. There's some type of licensing exclusivity with Jazzwares that stops them from doing it. So I don't know. It's pretty. That's really cool. I'm really excited to see these and first of all, just see them for myself and see what they are. But I'm excited to see how much of an effect this makes on the collector world and how much like people start getting excited about them. VC, excuse me, Pokemon block? Yeah, they had Wave 1 and Wave 2 has already been revealed. If you just go to their, I mean, I talked about it. Was it yesterday, last week? But if you just go to the Blokees page, it's all right there on their Instagram. So was that the last Blocky thing to talk about? I don't remember. I got a lot of stuff saved here. Yeah, that was. So honestly, that could have been the main topic right there. That's how crazy the Blockies is. So yeah, what do you think? Are you guys agreeing with me? Blockies are taking over, or do you think like, nah, they're not? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I think the main reason why is because of the fact that they're so cheap. You know, they don't look and at the same kind of level as a Marvel Legend, but I don't think they have to. You know, they're stylized and they're cheap. That's what's going to be doing it. Blockies is a funny name. Yeah, I think it's a translation because I think blocks is probably how it's said. I don't, are they a Chinese company? I don't know because I see blocks written out sometimes, and so maybe Blockies is like an English kind of translation. Not really sure. The Larva Train says Jazzwares is scared that if Blockies releases Pokemon in the US, their select figures will become completely overshadowed. I think so. But I mean, I'm sure there's the only reason it's not happened yet is because of some type of, the law, some type of licensing that's happening. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. All right, what else I got? I got more stuff. Here. So this is for anyone. Well, first of all, who's a fan of Mythic Legions? I'm not a big Mythic Legions guy, but I do think they're cool, and I do like attending Legions Con. So Legions Con is in New Jersey every year, and it's really cool. It's one of the coolest action figure kinds of conventions. But what they did last year, they're doing it again. There's a little station where you can sign up, and you go and you can build your own figure and you can choose like a torso, and you can choose a bottom, and you can choose accessories and armor and stuff, and different helmets and different weapons and accessories, and then you can also just like based off of that make your own custom figure, and then that's it. And it's like a little station. That's how cool is that? VC Mythic Legions. These are. It's kind of cool. I'm not going to do this. I didn't do it last year, but I think it's cool. And this is totally a unique thing. I've never seen something like this before. You show up and you can just do whatever you want and build your own thing. It's your own little Legions Con exclusive. Like, that's super cool. Hi, Shane. Thanks for coming in, Shane. I love you. Tell Suri and Carter that I said hey. But I think this is cool. It's really, really cool. If they had like a skeleton option, then I might be like, all right, I might get one of these. But that's that not an option. It's not an option. We got like some devil and some humans and some demons and stuff, some orc looking guys. So pretty cool. So if you're anywhere near the East Coast, Legions Con is worth the trip. I think so. I mean, I live in New York, so the New Jersey trip isn't terrible for me. It's like 2 or 3 hours. But if you're anywhere near New Jersey, like, it's worth the trip. Like, it's not just Mythic Legion stuff. There's all kinds of stuff, and all of the like smaller brands, they all have appearances. Like, everyone's always giving me recommendations. Oh, do the Beasts of the Mesozoic line, and I'm like, I know they're awesome. They have their own presence at Legions Con. They show up. They're there. They have all their figures. Man, it's totally cool. It's totally cool. So Legions Con coming up in November. Just check it out. It's all yeah. And if you're not, and VC's like, sad for us non-Americans. I know that I'm sorry, that does stink. But hey, Ben's in Reno. Yeah, you guys are probably a little bit far. But hey, if you decided to take the trek, you probably enjoy it. And you'd meet a lot of people that if you know people from toy this and that. Everybody shows up, so you can say hi to him. I'll be there. Anyway, what do I got next here? Coming up next. So this is another thing that I think is actually pretty cool. So I'm not a big Marvel. I mean, I like Marvel stuff. I usually just stick to the movies, but as far as comics are concerned, I don't really delve that far into it, except for, this Super Skrull is pretty sick. I was really, really big into the thing that got me into reading comic books was Silver Surfer. I really loved him. So I read a lot of Silver Surfer. So Super Skrull was a pretty reoccurring dude in the early Silver Surfer stuff. And I just think he's a cool character. And this figure looks pretty sick. So it's got, one hand, that's the thing. The whole bottom torso is flames and stuff. And we got a stretchy arm. There's nothing really invisible about him because he's, he takes the powers of the whole Fantastic Four. And it looks like just a sick figure, And so he will be available at New York Comic Con. So they're not saying an NYCC exclusive. They're specifically not using that verbiage, but it'll be there. And I might get one. That might be kind of cool because I'm planning on going. That'll be there at New York Comic Con, but it will be available on Hasbro Pulse later on. So pretty cool. I'm actually kind of pumped for him. So I'll probably get him, do a video on him. Seems fun. And the fact that he's going to be exclusive to a convention that I'm actually going to, that's exciting to me. Yeah, go figure. Go. One visible fist would have been nice. I agree. Right? Like that would have been pretty cool. John Wolf says Super Skrull was one of the main villains in Secret Invasion. I think definitely a great looking figure. I would imagine so. The only Secret Invasion that I'm really familiar with is the TV show, which I know a lot of people didn't like. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I got more. I still got more stuff. I just saw, I think this morning. So this right here is from Hiya Toys with exquisite basic of what's his name? This guy Behemoth, which I think this was revealed at some point. Maybe it was like a pipeline reveal, but here's the actual reveal of the figure itself, and here he is. So if you watched Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019 when that came out, this guy was on screen for 2 seconds. And here he is. And when I saw him, I was kind of like, oh, he's just a big mammoth. But no, that's not the case. He's a bit cooler than him. He's like a monkey. He looks more like a big gorilla with tusks, like a mammoth. So he's like a mammoth and a monkey. He's like a monkammoth. Mammothunky. All right, I like that. Mammothunky. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to pick this guy up. I don't know if this guy's worth it to me. I mean, I'm sure the figure itself will be cool, but I'm like, do I really care about this guy to buy an action figure of him? I don't know. We'll see. If enough YouTube comments tell me to get it, then I'll get it. Mr. Blaze, I am doing good. I hope you are doing good also. VC says, no, you need him. Okay, well, there we go. So the wonderful people at Calcus will probably send me one, and I won't be able to say no to that. So that's pretty cool. So he's going to be going up on pre-orders soon. I'm assuming he's going to be $51. MSRP will be 51 USD, 59.99 USD, US tariff included. There's that. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. He's growing on me the more I look at him. Pretty sweet. I think he's pretty sweet. So okay, I think there's one more thing besides until I get into the main topic. And this I just saw this morning. So I've been talking a lot about LPZZ. They're this action figure brand that seems that they're like $70 and they're making these incredible, beautiful looking DC figures. But now they're doing a Batmobile. Like they're going head first. Like, come on, this is gonna be to scale. like 1/12 scale Batmobile, and I love the the Zack Snyder verse more than most people. But the Batmobile itself is cool. It's probably not my favorite Batmobile, but I do like it very much. Look at all this stuff. This is crazy. And there's a picture of it with Ben Affleck, and there it is. The figure looks incredible next to it. So it's a big thing. Hiya should do a Gamera. I don't disagree. Do the doors open? Says Max. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, it's all open. You can rip off the top doors and have Superman go, "The bat's dead. Bury it." Or whatever he said. Next time your symbol comes up, don't come. Bury it. Anyway, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to pick it up. I'm not really much of a vehicle kind of guy, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Hey, Max Creations, I appreciate that so much. Oh, the Batmobile is already pre-orderable on Bombus.B, says Neil's Reviews and Figures. And he already pre-ordered it. Well, there you go. So cool. Says, does it fit with McFarlane? Probably not. I mean, it'll be close, but probably not. But McFarlane's doing their own thing. So if you want to do that, then yeah, McFarlane's it's a crowd-funded thing. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. All right, last thing is dinosaurs. So Hammond Collection has revealed 3 new dinosaurs, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not really getting me very excited, these dinosaurs. I think it's because I've never seen them before. So here we go. We got 3 new dinosaurs. And this I'm using pictures post from Collect Jurassic, which is a great page if you're interested in dinosaur figures. They post stuff it's pretty great. So new Hammond Collection. In the latest Beyond the Gates, we get to see more of the upcoming Musaurus ornitholestis ornitholestis. And in a surprise twist, we have the reveal of our next medium dinosaur, the Sinoceratops. What a welcome addition to the collection. So I'm assuming the top 2 guys, the Mosaurus and the Ornitholestis, those are going to be in the smaller box, kind of like those raptors that I did with the Troodon. And then the Sinoceratops, that'll be in a little bit of a bigger box, a little bit. Okay, JP Rex says the Sinoceratops is good. It's from Fallen Kingdom. I really need that one. Okay, I did see that movie. I just don't remember. Thou hast been spoiled now by Nanmu. Yeah, a little bit, but not so much because I do appreciate figures that are still good for cheaper prices. And I did actually go and order a Allosaurus Hammond Collection, so that's pretty cool. And one thing I do like about Hammond Collection is they're all to scale with each other. And Nanmu doesn't seem to be that way. They just put out figures whatever size they feel like. So kind of cool. These are smaller ones that appeared in the Lost World novel. Okay, cool. Goji Man, hey man, Sirdork, there's a new Nanmu Studio Spinosaurus coming out soon. It's going to be called the God of War. Oh, really? That's cool. But I'm aware of the Spinosaurus. Very exciting. So, what do you guys think about these? So, here's some pictures of the Sinoceratops, which I think these are on pre-order. I think. I don't know. The Sinoceratops looks kind of cool. I'll probably pick them up. If I see them on a toy hunt, I'll do it. Whoa, Goji Man says mid. I think the figures themselves look really cool. It's just the dinosaurs themselves are not something I'm necessarily very interested in. So yeah, I'm gonna take this link and put it in here. Yeah. So hang on, let me I'm going to share my screen here. So here it is on Target.com. Jurassic World Hammond Collection Sinoceratops Deluxe Articulated Action Figure, large size, $24, coming December 1st. So he's gonna be slightly bigger, I think. K-Mac, yes, they're Hammond Collection. Hammond Collection. They look kind of cool. There you go. So they're up on Target. You can pre-order them right now if you want. Oops. And there's a couple other photos to the other guys, so let's check them out. There's a Sinoceratops, and then we've got the Ornitholestes. He looks kind of cool. He's the kind of like the cool. He might be the coolest one because he's kind of raptor-ish looking, right? He's kind of cool. And then we've got the Mosasaurus, which I'm not. The colors look cool on him, but he's just not very threatening looking. So he's just kind of like a cute little guy. He's just a little guy. They don't have the glass eyes anymore, he says. I don't know. Do they not? Yeah, this guy doesn't look like he does. Did even the small ones have the one? Interesting. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you planning on picking up these new Hammond collections to your collection? What do you think? Are you planning on it or not? I don't know. I don't think I will. The hot dog dude says you need to get the Mosasaurus because the colors look really good. The colors do look good. That's probably the thing that I think is the best about them. So that's about it for toy news. That's about it. That's all I've got. So what do you say we get into the top 10? The top 10, what is that? Well, if you're ever interested in getting your toy photo featured, if you're a toy photographer and you would like to have it featured on this podcast, well, all you got to do is post it on Instagram and you tag me in it and then do hashtag Sirdork top 10. And then that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And I will actually pick the photos myself. And the photos will be based off of the most creativity. I don't care if you've been shooting your photos for 5 years or 5 days. If you had a cool creative idea and that makes me go, that's cool, then I'm going to be much more inclined to pick it. And, I also like, I like to feature photos on here just to I don't know, help out a new photographer this one. But I also like to put out something super cool on my live stream, quote unquote, on my thing, because I want people to say, wow, that's cool. I'm enjoying myself watching this. So there's a lot. Just put out something cool. That's all you got to do. Max Creation says, I don't have Instagram. Well, Max, you could just make an Instagram. And with that Instagram, you don't have to use it. You don't have to scroll. Just post them on there, leave them there, and then they'll be up there. That's all you got to do. Go figure, go with the super chat, dude. You got to stop being the nicest person. Why did the toy collector bring a ladder to the toy store? Because the figures were on a whole new level. Did you make that up? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you made that up, then I mean, I already love you, but I love you even more. But here we go. The first photo on the top 10 is from Toych, which I don't think I've had Toych on the top 10 at all yet, but he was a very reoccurring person on the top 100 Dork toy photographer react streams. And I haven't really been seeing anybody do what he's been doing with these underwater photos. I think he just brings his phone under and just takes some shots. But this is the best one. This is definitely the best one. Like, it's so good. Like the photo itself is clear and crisp. Look at, and so he brought his hot toy Groot underwater with him. And he even put a snorkel and a mask on him. And he's got cute little swimming shorts. And here he is underwater. There's fish swimming around. And he's just dropping his Groot in there. Oh, there he is. Look at him go. So freaking cool. So I don't know. I think this is so wonderful. Like, how could you not look at this and be like, right? It's really great. So Toych, amazing. Keep up the great work. And he's got like a bunch of other photos similar to this on his page. So if you think this is great, so really cool. And yeah, it's funny because like not only is it it's cool, it's underwater, but it's also like a great photo. Like the lighting and everything is good. Like it's a really good photo. So cool. Hey, Comic Dad, what's up, man? So yeah, great job, Twitch. Next is from Super Pufferfish. This is the best photo you've ever done, Pufferfish. Like he says nom nom with King Shark. Come join me on September 29th at 4 p.m. where I will be doing yet another toy photography class at the Chatsworth Murray County Public Library. If you live anywhere near Chatsworth Murray County, which I don't even know what state that's in, that's cool. So we've got this photo. We've got a little minifig fishing along a dock, and King Shark is jumping out of the water at the fishing pole, and there's water splashing. Like the concept alone is great. It's hilarious, and King Shark is funny in the splash. But like the way you've done, like you've got the framing of the photo. It's a very well framed photo. You got the leading lines, kind of whatever that's called, that's going on. And you're on the side of the dock like that. Like it's just a really well done photo. Like the framing and composition is just well done. All of the space is filled nicely. It's just like a well done photograph. It's not just a cool toy photo. Like the photography is done well. David Stoker's over here like, that is great. Max Creation says it reminds me of Jaws. That's fair. Rule of thirds. Perfect. Thank you, Domesticated Caveman. As far as like actual photography stuff is concerned, I don't know any of that. I just figured this stuff out on my own. So Super Pufferfish, this is such a cool freaking shot. Really, really great job. So well done. He cooked, says Goji Man. He cooked. Yeah, he definitely cooked with this one. He's cooking a shark tonight. Next is from Black Pear Studios, which Black Pear Studios, I've seen, I think randomly 3 times at different events, right? But I saw him again recently at the Toy Tuber Expo, and this is so cool. This is so cool, and so this is a composite. So we've got Deku over here around the time of the the post-apocalyptic era of My Hero Academia, which is perfect for this style of the figure. And so it's kind of beautiful. It's really, really well done. So he took the photo like this on his, I don't know, his deck outside or by the window. That's right by the window. And he got the perfect lighting for it. And then he staged this with, I think this is an AI made background. Or maybe I'm wrong. But it's like it's perfect. There's the way you got the lighting to match and everything is kind of like well done. Like it's kind of awesome. Really, really cool idea, and it really captures the feeling and the tone of where the anime is at this point, or at the point of this kind of thing. So really great, really, really great. And this is the SH Figure Arts one, which I've got all 3 of those figures. I've got Deku, and I've got Todoroki and Bakugo, and the accessory pack Figure Arts right there. And I haven't done anything with them yet, so I need to do a video with all 3 of them just to get it out of the way. But man, really, really great. Black Pear Studios, good job, dude. Really freaking cool. Next is from Mr. Sour 716. Batman versus Superman. Batman I got for $3 at Walmart, and Nightmare Batman for $3. So that's the best deal I've ever seen. Sounds like somebody screwed up or something somewhere. But it's so cool because you've got like kryptonite back there, right? Oh wait, no, is that grass in the background? Wow, when I looked at this, I saw the greenery over here, and I swear I thought that was kryptonite. I was like, wow, perfect. But I mean, that doesn't make the photo any less awesome. But it's kind of interesting because it's the Superman from the new movie from the DCU, and we've got Batfleck. That would be quite interesting to see, huh? Here we go. BTS. Got some lighting set up right there. Uh-oh. There it goes. Superman. What stand is that? That was interesting. Then we've got Batfleck. Set up all nice and good. And then boom, looks like splash a little bit of water down there. Nice reflective surface. Freaking cool. Great job, Mr. Sour. So great. Well done, my friend. So good. Thanks for sending it in to me and also throwing out the clearance. Like, hey, Batman for $3. Dang. Awesome. Coming up next, we've got Wolfosaurus Rex. Probably the best photo I've gotten to date. I'm so proud of it. Okay, well, the photo itself is freaking great, but like your caption is just makes me proud of you. It just makes me happy. Probably the best photo I've gotten to date. I'm so proud of it. Like that's so like what? There's nothing. Oh, excuse me. Wow. There's nothing better than when you take a photo and you yourself are like so happy with it that you are like best I've ever done. I'm so proud of this. Like what an amazing feeling that is. And it doesn't matter who else feels the same. Doesn't matter. It's the fact that you are that proud of it. That's so cool. And you know what? I bet you, Wolfosaurus, that like because of this photo and how proud of it you are, this is probably, I'm assuming, just gonna do nothing but inspire you to keep doing more, to go back out and do it again, right? That just makes me so happy, so happy. Ben, I know the Doom Dark Ages figure is so hard to find. I'm gonna keep an eye out for it too for you. Also, Reclaim Joey. If you ever want to submit, all you got to do is post on Instagram, do hashtag Sirdork Top 10, and tag me, Sirdork. And that's all you got to do. Right? But yeah, this is beautiful. The photo itself is great. You know, you're in this really fantastic location. You've got Charizard flying up there, and look at the sunset, the sky. You've even got like really prominent sun rays back there in the sky from the clouds. Like, how cool is that? Scottish Sith Photography's over here in the live chat. That looks like the Highlands. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the Highlands are, but it looks great. Cristiano says, when you're not satisfied at the end, but the idea was good, it just sucks. Well, if that ever happens, if you go back out and do it again, you will do better because you will have learned something the first time where you didn't satisfy, you didn't succeed that like you wanted to. And you go back out and do it again and you'll be better, right? David Stoker says, I love seeing all these, helping me get over my insecurities, get started on my photo journey. Dude, that is so cool. I totally know the feeling. I totally know the feeling. Especially when you're going outside and doing it and potentially like, you know, running into somebody in person. So cool. So I hope it, you know, you keep going. So really, really great job, Wolfosaurus. Really great job. Next is from Dark Scythe from Tanner. Anybody need a sledgehammer? This summer, we've been working on an addition to our house. It only felt right to take a shot around the work area. This is really cool. I mean, the photo itself is really fun because it's Superman holding a giant hammer. Like, that alone is cool. But it also works because the photo kind of looks like Smallville Farm. Like, this photo kind of fits with that kind of aesthetic. You know, it kind of works. You know, and that's really cool. Plus, like, I love how I'm assuming you took the photo and you're just like holding the sledgehammer above, like with your hand. I think that's so cool. And the lighting is great. Like, it's just a great photo, and for a lot of different reasons. And Tanner, this is you've also cool. Look, you guys go. Also, Tanner, crap. What was I gonna say? Oh, the concept of like, always keep your eyes open. You never know when a cool opportunity for a toy photo might come in mind. This is the perfect example of that. You were like, I'm doing construction on my house. This would be a cool idea for a photo. And then boom, idea comes. And like a really great idea too for a great, like legitimately great photo. So this is a perfect example of that. Keep your mind open all the time. You never know, a great idea might come around. Something, a situation like this that you wouldn't expect it. You know, that's just super cool. That's super cool. Great job, Tanner. Next is from First Strike Figs, which First Strike Figs, Josh is a really great dude. I met him last year at Legion's Con. First time I had met him out of the blue too. He's just like, oh hey. And so we've got what's his name? Dalzim from Street Fighter, and he's roasting a marshmallow. Signature move. Dalzim doesn't just bring the heat to the Street Fighter arena, he's also the MVP of fall campfires. Nothing says autumn like the roasting the perfect marshmallow for a gooey s'more. Oh man, I love a gooey s'more. Gooey s'more, but this is the secret to the best s'more. Hear this. Let me ready for this. You have to let your graham crackers go stale. Right? So when the graham crackers become stale, it's similar to like an Oreo. If a stale Oreo is not bad, it just becomes a soft Oreo, which is kind of good. Stale graham crackers are the same thing. It becomes a soft graham cracker. You build a s'more with a soft graham cracker, and then when you bite into the s'more, it just becomes a perfect bite. And then that's it. When you bite into a s'more with a crisp graham cracker, it kind of squeezes the s'more and makes everything ooze out off the sides, which is fine. That's part of the s'more experience. And that's, all Americans need to experience that. Just kidding. Everyone all over the world needs to experience that. But with a stale graham cracker, that oozing out of the sides does not happen anymore because of the softness of the graham cracker. You're just biting into it and it's perfect. So I don't know, it's pretty great. Just think about it. And then, of course, if you use a Reese's, I use the dark chocolate Reese's Thins. So that's what I'm thinking. Hot Dog Dude said he's the best hot chocolate recipe. Here's the best hot chocolate recipe. Get hot chocolate, put a teaspoon, like half of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then put hot water. Don't put as much milk and mix it. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so anyway, the photo here is fantastic. So it's funny because the combination of the life size, objects with action figures, which I love. But you did a really great job with the lighting on here. I don't know if this is post with making the flame really bright, and it looks because fire emits a lot of light, and so that's what is going on in this flame effect here, which looks so good. And the marshmallow is already charred a little bit. He must have charred it first before he came and took the photo, which is brilliant because it really adds to the the verisimilitude of the photo. So really, just awesome, really cool. The flame really pops in the photo, says Enjo TK. It does very much, and that's one of the reasons why you're like, wow, cool. And then Ben's over here just says flame on, flame on. I agree. First Strike Figs, so cool, dude. Oh, Toich, he's on here twice. I need to go grab a new one. Toich, I mean, great job, Toich, for getting another one. Okay, so there's one more before I grab a new one. This is from Gotta Make It 307 with you know what? I don't know what character this is. This is a DC Multiverse McFarlane figure, but I don't even know what figure that is. But he's punching a Coke bottle. And you can see his hands in there. That's fine. But look at the splash coming out of the Coke bottle, and the cap is flying out there. That's awesome, right? Hey, Sebastian. He says, hey, man, just want to send a huge thank you for helping to inspire me and my girlfriend to start up a joint Instagram to give some toy photography a go. We've done 2 shoots so far. Cool. If you haven't yet, send them over to me and tag me. I want to see. Definitely tag so you can be on Sirdork top 10. So that's really cool. Oh, Ben, yes, that is a spawn. That is why I don't know who he is. But this just looks awesome. It's really well done, and I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. And I think you could tell he's done it a couple times because the ground is really wet and muddy. And the only reason why I see that is because I've been there, and anytime I do it a couple times, the floor or the ground gets wet and muddy from from that. Okay, I have to go and grab one more photo because that was only 9. Whoa. All right, this is it. This is the one that just caught my mind right away. This is from Stalking Photography. coming undone. Swipe for BTS. Gonna be stuck with this dial for a bit, so I figured let me get some use out of it while I can. Wow. Wait, I need to see the BTS. I'm assuming. Wow, that was just some lights with the cotton ball trick, cotton trick. That's pretty amazing. Because it really quite looks like that's real fire in the background. Like that looks good. That's really freaking cool. What a great shot. So cool. Sorry, I said stalking. It's skywalking photography. Sorry, that was not POV. You step on a Lego. uh, love the content, says Figure Frenzy. Thanks so much. And also, drummer Carson says, Sir Dork, because of your toy photography, it inspired me to do toy photography with dinosaurs. Cool. I'm a social media detox, but when I get back, I have photos from a park I went to. Awesome. I can't wait to see them. That's amazing. Great skywalking photography. Really great job. Like really freaking cool shot. All right. That will do it for the top 10. So remember, just even if you're not even trying to get up, just anytime you post something, just throw the hashtag and tag me. So it's in there. You know, just you don't have to do anything. Just throw it in there. It's all you got to do. Okay, so next is actually the Q&A. So, question and answer, that kind of thing. But if you are a channel member on this YouTube channel, you automatically get your questions or your topics, whatever you want to add in, just automatically. I'll post on the member thing a little bit earlier in the day, and then you automatically get your thing up there. First thing. Doesn't have to be a question. Doesn't have to be about me. Like, what's your favorite color? Doesn't have to be. Enjoy TK. It's hashtag Sirdork top 10. But it can be a topic. It can be, what do you think about this? What do you think about this thing? It's it can be anything. So let's get started. There's a couple questions here, and the first one is from Jay Toy Photography. Not much of a question. He says, there goes that. I'm going to miss it due to school, but I hope it's great. Well, Jay, I hope you're having a good day at school, my friend. All right. Yeah, man. School must have just started. It's crazy. Next is from It's David Stoker. Here he is. What is a series or IP of figures that they need to do a better job on, or just make? Like for me, it's Gotcha Man figures. I don't even know what Gotcha Man is, to be honest. For the longest time, Fallout was my thing, because there are some Fallout figures, but not really much at all. But McFarlane's doing that now, which is great. So, but I haven't gotten any of those yet. So, just I don't know, what's some other IP that another thing is Doom. We need there's not a lot of Doom stuff. I mean, Doom itself isn't a huge kind of IP that has a lot of characters, so there's only just a couple. Let's see, what's some other IP that needs better or more of? I feel like most of the big TV shows, that kind of thing. I feel like video games is probably where. I mean, another thing, Pokemon is kind of a cop out because there's so much Pokemon merchandise, but more Pokemon of less, more obscure Pokemon would be really cool. I don't know. Anybody else anybody else think of any in the chat that would be good to have? Let's see. Oh, Domesticated Caveman. Anyone make really good set of Goonies figures? I feel like NECA must have done Goonies at some point, right? Right. Mortal Kombat is a good one. I mean, there is Mortal Kombat, but there's just not enough of it, right? Hopefully, McFarlane does well by the new ones. Some more figures from The Last of Us. Really, it seemed like we've got what NECA and Spin Master did some. David Stoker agrees. More Pokemon. Mob Psycho 100. That was a great anime. I don't think I watched all of it, but I really appreciated it. Masters of the Universe? Really? I feel like Masters of the Universe is gotten a lot of love. Like Mattel, that's like one of their biggest things. And you've got different lines. I don't know. Super 7 did a reaction line for the Goonies. Oh, okay. I think the early 2000s cartoons need there's a lot of opportunity there, especially like Cartoon Network. Like Dexter's Lab, Ed, and Eddie, Johnny Bravo. There's some Powerpuff Girls, but like someone needs to get that license and just start putting out those. I feel like Super 7 would be good for that. Um, Ben 10. All right. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot. SH Figure Arts Pulp Fiction figures. You know what? Those would sell. I think those would sell. So, oh yeah, yeah, this is really good. This is some good stuff. I'm trying to think of what else would be cool. Cool. All right. Well, David Soker, really great question. Here we go from the Domesticated Caveman. Hey, Jared, good morning. I recently had some pretty funny fails trying to capture some rain photography. What's the funniest behind the scenes fail you've had that internet never saw? um, as far as like photo behind the scenes, my favorite one, and I think I did. So if anyone ever remembers, I did a photo with Toxin, my cat, and he's attacking some stormtroopers. It's one of my favorite photos ever. It's in the YouTube video called like Indoor Toy Photography Tips. And so Toxin is usually much more cooperative with the photography as far as that is concerned, more than Venom. But Venom was in that one. So like Venom had just gone and drank some water, then came over and then, did a shake. So I captured him doing a shake. And so his spit and water from his mouth is flying in the air as he's shaking. And there's bokeh from that. There's saliva, cat spit bokeh in that photo. So that is on the video. That isn't like the internet has seen that, I guess, but it's a while ago. So people might have probably missed it. It was a while ago. So that might be the best answer to that question. The cat spit bokeh. Both Venom and Toxin are both 12. I think either this year or next year they'll be 13. I don't know. So yeah, that's probably my answer to that. Really fun question though. Whatever. I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff where it's just me being angry, where something happens and it all falls over and I'm like, which I have captured on camera before, but got to keep it family friendly. It's usually you. Anyway. Yeah, Enjo TK. Yeah, they're old boys, right? Old boys. The hot dog dude. My cat is 7 months old. Her name is Cece, and she looks exactly like Venom. Aw. Tell Cece that we love her. Obsidian says, I love Venom, your cat. Me too. Thanks for loving him. He's very appreciative. Krieg. Hello, Jared. Gonna miss the Doorcast due to work, but do you foresee Hasbro doing a line of figures to compete with the quality of Mafex and SH Figure Arts? I think what they're doing, the maximum is that. I think the maximum figures is exactly that, to compete with the Figure Arts and the Mafex. And I'm all for it. They're not quite as expensive, but they're in some ways not quite as at the same quality. In other ways, they are. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Deadpool, is the next one coming out, which I'm excited for, and I'm very curious to hear what's coming next. Drummer Carson, my cat is 7 years old. His name is Mandy, and he's a silver tabby. Oh, I hope Mandy's doing great today. And then last question is from Toys with Tank. Do you think we will get more of those PlayStation figures, or was the line one and done? You know what? I was thinking about that because, yeah, it seemed like a quick one and done. We got the 2 God of War figures, then we got The Last of Us, and we got the 2 Horizon figures, right? So that was it. I don't know. There was a lot of potential. I thought it was really cool because it was like the packaging looked like a PlayStation box. Like, it was cool seeing like an extension of the video games, but now just in a video game or in an action figure. Like, it was really cool, the approach to that. Like, I liked that a lot. And the figures were good. They were really good. Some of the stuff with Aloy was really kind of awesome. Like, the articulated hair was really, really cool. The accessories, the joints and the plastic was not that much as much of a quality plastic as like a SH Figure Arts, but everything else was on that level. But PlayStation's got a lot of valuable IP that they could do. There's more God of War. There's more of all of that stuff. There's so much more. So I think I hope they do, because I thought it was pretty cool. Oh man, I keep forgetting to do this. Well, channel member question. But now it'll be the Q&A time. So for the rest of the stream, I probably will go for another 15 or 20 minutes. Just if you have any questions, just throw them in the live chat, and I'll do my best to answer. And Go Figure Go does it great with a question, boom. Toy Story 5 is coming out. What action figure line would you like to see in the movie? I mean, we could always use, like what action figure brand? Maybe. I mean, Revoltech is great. So more of that, the better. But I'm sure we're going to see a lot of toys for it. And whatever new characters pop up, I'm sure will be in there. There's a lot. I only imagine we're going to get a ton of it, because Toy Story is one of Disney's biggest money makers, so yeah, we're going to see a lot of that. But as far as I'm concerned, the Revoltech is really great. I would love to see more of that. Love to see more of that. Oh yeah, Sebastian, Ratchet and Clank figures in that, and Jak and Daxter, right? Crazy. And it seemed like they were going for like currently relevant, but they could go back a little bit. And you got Crash Bandicoot. That's not really exclusive to Sony anymore. Spyro, Daniel Fortescue, Sir Daniel Fortescue from Medieval. Come on. Cristiano says Aloy figure was the best so far. Hope they release more. Yeah, it really was great. It really, really was great. Here we go. And Sly Cooper, Andre. Yeah. Sly Cooper as well. Right? Blobber 9000. I have two cats. One is named Chubbs and one is Goldie. Chubbs, like from Happy Gilmore. The hot dog dude. How do you afford to do toy photography? Because I want to do it and I have no money. Well, I do have a job, which that does help. And it does also kind of help that my job is toy photography. But it took more than a decade for that to happen. So the hot dog dude, I don't know how old you are, but when you get a job, it does help, and you can get money to buy stuff. And if you're too young to get a job, you know what? Maybe you can run around your neighborhood if that's possible where you live, and just be like, hey, I can mow your lawn for $20. Hey, that's a new action figure right there. If you mow 3 lawns in the day, that's 3 figures potentially right there. So think about stuff like that. Or ask your mom and your parents, your dad, or whoever. Just be like, hey, what more can I do around the house to get money? Don't go up to them and be like, can I get money for the chores I already do? No, just say, Mom, I would like money. What more could I do to make money? Like, I want to do more, so then I can, be more incentivized to use that word, incentivized. I would like to be even more actually, I don't know. Just ask for more work to do. Bread Sam says, what's your favorite action figure brand? I don't know. It's really hard. But I think the overall one that I most go to and I enjoy the most is probably SH Figure Arts, because they have such a wide variety of IP that they go through, and the quality is really good. And I don't know. And they usually Mafex and Figure Arts, but Figure Arts does way more than Mafex does, and they put it out way more, and they're quicker, whatever. Drummer says, I use my phone for toy photography, and I use Snapseed to edit my photos. Great. Snapseed is awesome, right? That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. Hot dog dude again. So I remember when you had a mohawk, and also when you When is your custom figure gonna be in another video? It's like 2 years old. I don't know. I don't really bring the custom figure and stuff of me. Mostly because I feel like that's just so much vanity and like, look, here's me. This is a big of me. That's just annoying, and I don't like being that vain. I feel like most people are just more interested in a action figure of Spider-Man than action figure of me. And to be honest, I am too. So I don't know, I guess I can bring it out every once in a while. Earthworm Jim would be cool. There Earthworm Jim figures do exist, I think, right? I feel like there's one recently that did it. Cristiano says, here in Italy, it's difficult to buy an original Revoltech not overpriced. So jealous of the US market. Yeah, we definitely got it good over here. We definitely got it good being over here. That's for sure. I did switch to full time, right? Enjo TK. What I meant by a decade is it took over a decade of me doing toy photography for it to become my job. But yes, I do full time. Just do YouTube and toy photos. It's pretty wonderful. It is. I'm very fortunate and very happy. Can you give us more toy photography tips, please? Well, I do you mean like right now? Let's give you a tip. um, well, one tip is just keep doing it. That's what my biggest tip is. Just go and take pictures of toys all the time and do it more because that's how you learn. But every video I do, I have the toy photography segment in there, and I try to throw in tips during those. I don't necessarily have videos specifically for tips anymore because people don't watch those, and that's fine. But that's just the way it is, and I have to produce. I have to make sure I don't have a lot of time, and I have to make sure I'm dedicating my time that I do have to things that people will watch because I have to pay my bills. That's just how it is. So what I do to kind of solve that and whatever is at the end of every video with the toy photography segment, I throw in some tips there. And sometimes they're tips I've said a bunch of times, they're new tips, this here and there, and I usually will also just say there's more info on this specific tip in this video. So I do try my best for that. But I'll try to throw in more. I'll try to throw in more tips in those. Go figure, go. Cheap figures. Start going to Salvation Army, yard sales, etc., and start collecting there for very cheap. That honestly, go figure, go. That's exactly what I did when I first started collecting. I would just buy any kind of thing I would find at a garage sale. I was buying like McDonald's crap. I was going for quantity over quality. That's for sure. I really was, and that's fine. You can find, and you might find some good stuff too. You never know what you're gonna find. Garage sales are so much fun. That's such a great tip. Kevin Liam, AliExpress company called PDNA. They do gym figures. Oh, okay. Great. Cool. Blobber 9000. Question. Hey, Sirdork, what do you think of the new Superman Man of Tomorrow reveal? I wanted to talk about that. But it's not necessarily action figure related, but I'm in. A sequel to Superman. It seems obvious and it seems amazing. But the photos posted with the Lex in his Lex suit, and they were very comic book looking, but they were still like there was a Jim Lee drawing too, and it was still that version of Superman and Lex, but with a very comic book. I was like, heck yeah, we've gotten so many iterations of Lex Luthor, but never in his Lex suit. So yeah, how freaking exciting is that? So excited. I'm 13 and my parents pay me to do stuff like weed eating. Like you go outside and pluck the weeds and eat them. Just kidding. That's great. That's so cool. My parents never gave me an allowance, which I always wondered, like, would my work ethic to do chores and stuff like that been stronger if they gave me an allowance because I was more incentivized to work? I just did the work for nothing. My mom's not watching right now, but I think the idea of an allowance is cool because I feel like that will instill a work ethic in kids. So hopefully that does the same with you, Obsidian. Drummer says, I would like for you to review the Hammond Collection Allosaurus. I had bought one. I went ahead and I bought one, so I plan on doing it. Any update on the Sirdork store? I need one of those hats. Okay, so I am working on a new version of my merch store. So anyone who bought something from my previous merch store, I hope it came in and I hope it came out great. But that store was so absolutely horrible. Like, it was good for a while, and then they stopped shipping stuff. It was absolutely horrible. So I found a new company that's like really great, and it's going to be really. And so this hat is from them, and the quality's good. And I also got a poster from them. Quality is good, so everything's good. So I've been working on filling it up, and I'm going to put it out there. So if anyone's interested, the hat will be there, as well as posters, stuff like that. Hey, Ricardo, thanks for coming in. Who are the ships in the hybrid war? You know what, hybrid maker? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have absolutely no clue. So, I saw all his tutorials, and they're pretty much all you need to know. Wow, well, that's saying a lot. I'm sure that there's a whole lot more than that I could. That there's so much more to photography than what I've covered, but I'm glad. But I do need to add more. Ricardo Mara says, "How much money do you make?" Well, I'm not going to say exactly how much, but I will say, my career that I've made through YouTube and stuff is better than my career at my corporate job I was working for, significantly, and it continues to go up. There's a lot of opportunities for YouTube and stuff like that. It's really great. It's really, really good. It's still hard work. I work probably, I don't know, maybe 50 hours a week, more than an average work week. It's still not wildly crazy, but it's all work that I love. I'm in my chair editing. I'm outside taking pictures. I'm answering emails. I'm working with companies. So it's really, it's good. So I'm not going to say quit your job and pursue a YouTube thing, but I will say, if you want to pursue a YouTube career, freaking go for it right now. But don't quit your job until you're ready to be able to sustain yourself with it. I didn't quit my job until, I knew that, like, okay, I'm making enough money doing this now that I can quit my job. That's what I would say. So yeah, it can be really good. It can be really good, but you still gotta work hard. That's for sure. Go figure go says tips. Yeah, Jared usually puts the tip on each videos. Always stay till the end. Great tip. Always stay till the end. Miguel, you're the man. You're a far better salesman than I'll ever be for my own stuff. Wow, Ricardo Mara, you put that question in there quite a few times. Long B, has anyone told you that you are a grown man but still play with toys? Today, someone told me that because I'm out to go take a pic. I have never actually. Well, the only time I've ever gotten comments like that is if I post like a reel or a video and it does crazy viral, and then the keyboard warriors come out of the darkness and start saying comments like that. But I mean, I've never gotten that in real life. Nobody has come up to me and said that to me. But first of all, even if someone does say that to me, like, I'm secure enough with myself to the fact that what anyone says isn't going to upset me. Yes, I am a grown man. Yes, I am playing with toys, but I'm also very happy. I'm doing well for myself. I'm just, everything's great. So why would anybody be like, it's like someone coming up to you and being like, wow, you're happy and cool and you enjoy yourself and you're doing well. Wow, that's pathetic. It's like, yeah, what? Yes, I am. What? Why is that? Why is that bad? It's good, actually. So thanks. you know, So just like what you do is cool. If you're a grown man playing with toys and you're enjoying it, then why would anybody like put you down for that? If anything, they're jealous because they're not as happy as you are. You know? Zarin says, I am from Chile and it's very difficult to find original figures here. Man, I honestly wish I could give you better advice. I don't know the first thing about that, about from Chile. I know a lot of stores will ship internationally, but what I would recommend is like YouTube comments are very helpful. Like on any like videos of mine or something, comment, say, I'm from Chile. Does anyone know where I can get this? And someone else from Chile might comment back and say, oh, I do from here. Like I see that a lot in on stuff like that. Like people from like the UK or other places, like, I'm from here. Where can I get this? And let people like, oh, go here. So I would go with that. I don't personally have any good advice to give you. Unfortunately, I wish I could. Let's see here. Sebastian says, are there any more Godzilla villains or monsters you would love to have figures of? Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. There's still quite a few things that Hiya hasn't done. And I feel like just about everybody has been made into figure form at some point, right? But I would love Hiya to do the more like early 2000s Mecha Godzilla. What's the Curio? What's the I don't remember what the name of it is. That would be a really cool one to have. I would love Hiya to do Biolante. I would love Hiya to do some more Toho version style of Mothra. There's so many. And I would love Hiya to just do like Shin Godzilla, But Monsterverse has done all of those, and other Bandai related things that Do you like taking photos of cars or anything else besides toys? To be honest, I mostly just take pictures of toys. I like taking pictures of my cats. There's that. But I have done like other photography too. Like I've done people, stuff like model kind of things. But toys are definitely the best. And other product stuff too. Like other like small, like I love taking pictures of like food products, especially packaging and like drinks. And I did like photos for a hot sauce brand once professionally, which is really cool. The hot dog dude says, how did you become popular? Because I've been doing my channel about a year now and I've only got 58 subscribers. You got any tips to making the channel more popular? Well, after I was doing my channel for a year, I also was not I didn't have a lot of subscribers. But be consistent and be really, 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 really critical with yourself. Watch any video you've made and be like, is this good? Like watch it, try to in the most objective possible way and think to yourself, if I was just scrolling on YouTube, would I want to watch this myself? Is this something I would want to watch? Like be completely honest. Like if I was just scrolling and this video came up, would I watch it? Or would I click? Is this thumbnail something I would click on? And be really honest with yourself. And the more critical and hard on yourself you are, the more likely you'll be able to keep improving your stuff to make it better. And don't just make an action figure video. Make an enjoyable piece of content that people will enjoy to watching. People just something enjoyable, and just keep updating yourself and keep trying to make everything better. Just always look at everything, be like, how can this be better? And do YouTube shorts and reels, because those are reels, shorts, whatever. That's the best way to do that. Bread Sam says, what's your favorite Spider-Man figure? The Maximum Spider-Man. Yep. I think it's awesome. Neil says, I'm 45, never too old, guys. Heck yeah. Awesome. Yeah, K-Max 54. Heck yeah. Awesome. Sebastian said, who are the people to be upset with you about things like that make you happy? Life's too short not to enjoy the little things, especially if they are made of plastic. You said couldn't have said it better myself, Sebastian. I couldn't have. Usually the people that do that are just there's something in them that are unhappy, and they feel better when they put something mean on somebody's video or on someone's post. That they will feel that will make them feel better by saying something mean, or it makes them feel smart too. Sometimes people will say something critical and negative about something, and that will make them feel smarter because, oh, I know something more than this person does. I'm going to say it. That's just what people do, and that is always rooted in some type of insecurity or something that's making them unhappy. And if they say something mean, it'll make them feel better, a little bit better. Hey, Ken says, hi, Sirdork. I've been watching your video about editing using Snapseed. I just don't understand how the healing tools work. It's just differently on Android. Is there any tips to the healing tool? It's been a while since I've used Snapseed, but the healing tool, I think it's just kind of like a brush, and you just kind of brush over the things you would like to remove, and it will remove it. I don't know. Is it anything different than that? If anyone who's still using Snapseed, can you give Ken some advice? Because I really thought it was just a brush that, like, if there's something you want to remove, you just kind of brush over it and then it removes it. I think another good one to use that has that kind of ability is PixArt. PixArt is another good app that has a lot of those abilities too. Kiryu, thank you for the Mecha Godzilla. Appreciate that. I'm probably gonna do maybe just one or two more. I'm a little behind. Oh no, I'm not. I'm kind of caught up. Let's see. Ever considered buying the Mafex comic version of Venom? To be honest, I wasn't that interested in that, only because it looks cool, but I like a big scary Venom a bit more. It's just he's kind of cooler. Jeff Howard, because people today have to complain about something. Yeah, most of the time. And also, people who are happy and they're just living their life are a lot less likely to comment on something than someone who's unhappy or being critical. And so that's just natural with anything. So the louder and upset people are going to comment. Happy people, which are going to be probably a whole lot more than the unhappy people, they're just going to move on with their day because they're fine. They don't feel the need to comment. So usually just more unhappy people comment more too. Yes, I did order the Allosaurus. Very exciting. Miguel Ponce says, I was at Walmart buying Mega Heat Ray Godzilla when GVK came out, and a lady said, I remember when my boys used to play with toys. She was nice, and I laughed at myself a little. Yeah, and there's also just like a generation of people too where they were raised at a point where that was it. Kids play with toys. And so it is just weird to them that they see an adult playing with toys, because just based off of the way they have grown up and their culture, that's not something they're used to. So just different generations have a different views of stuff. And so that doesn't necessarily, like, maybe for her, and she sounds like she was being very nice, but it's sometimes more difficult for someone of a different generation like that to just understand, like, for it to click in their head that, like, wait, why are you an adult and you're playing with a toy? It's like, well, it is a $250 hot toy, which isn't really a toy. It's just like $200. What? Like, well, yeah, look at this thing. It's a toy, though. I mean, yeah, it looks like an action figure, like you would buy it at a kid's thing, but can you look at this? This is clearly more than the $10 toy that and sometimes it's just really difficult for people to understand, because since it is a toy, it has to be cheap. It has to, whatever. Obsidian says, yeah, just watch your video and then thinks is something I would click on and watch, try to take time. Yeah, perfect. Just be very critical and keep trying to change things up. Awesome. Thanks for throwing in the helpful advice for Snapseed. Hopefully that helped them out. Oh, there we go. Zoom in tight to make the brush smaller. Cool. That looks good. Good job, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna to call it. That I think this is probably a good time to call it. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here this early. Honestly, I'm very surprised with how many people were able to tune in this early, and I'm very very grateful. So thank you guys. But if you missed some of this, it'll be on YouTube. I'm going to put the whole thing up on Apple and Spotify, that kind of thing. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I do have a video coming up on Sunday, as always, and it's on the Godzilla Superman 2-pack, the big one. And to be frank, I didn't really like it very much. Didn't love it. So a very rare, somewhat negative video coming out. Well, have a great day, everyone. Great weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.